All right, let's talk about a term that has just completely blown up on social media, the ick. I'm sure you've heard it, you've probably seen those viral videos, but what does it really mean? Let's dive in and break it down.
So imagine this. You're out on a day, everything's going great, the conversation is just flowing, there's a real spark, and then they do something. I don't know, maybe it's the weird way they chase a napkin that blew away, or they start using a baby voice to talk to a dog, and just like that, poof, that spark is totally gone. It's been replaced by this cringe feeling that you just can't shake.
Well, that feeling, that has a name. It's the ick. And while it might feel completely random, like some kind of weird magic, there's actually a pretty clear definition for it. So let's get straight to the official breakdown. And there it is. Short, simple, and absolutely packed with meaning. A sudden feeling of disgust or repulsion, often in a dating context. This single sentence is basically the key to understanding the whole phenomenon. But to really truly get it, we need to pull this definition apart, piece by piece. So first up, let's talk about the sensation itself. What does the ick actually feel like? The definition uses some really specific, really powerful words to describe what's going on inside your head, so let's zoom in on those. The very first key word here is sudden. This is so crucial. The ick isn't about you gradually losing interest or things just kind of fizzling out over time. No way. This is an abrupt shift. It's like a light switch in your brain gets flipped from attraction to nope, instantly changing how you see that person. And there's usually no going back. Now, let's get into the intensity of that feeling. The definition doesn't just say dislike. It uses two heavy hitters, disgust and repulsion. Okay, so disgust is that deep, gut-level feeling of disapproval. That, something is just wrong here feeling. But repulsion, that's even more primal. It's an active force, an instinct that literally makes you want to push away, to get distance. The ick is when both of those feelings hit you at the exact same time. It's a real 1-2 punch.
Okay, so we understand the feeling. It's sudden and it is intense. So that brings us to the second part of our little investigation, the context. Where does this powerful feeling usually pop up? When does it strike? The key word for this section is often. Notice it doesn't say always or only, and that distinction is actually pretty important. It tells us that while the ick is kind of famous in the dating world, it's not exclusively a dating thing.
But let's be real, its main playground is dating. So when we say in a dating context, it really means three things are all happening at once. One, it's with someone you're seeing romantically or could see yourself with. Two, it's triggered by a specific, and often objectively tiny, action. And three, the result is a catastrophic, immediate loss of all attraction. All right, we've taken it all apart, we've looked at the sensation, we've looked at the context. Now, let's put all the pieces back together and look at that definition one more time, but this time with a whole new understanding. So when you read this now, it's so much more than just a sentence, right? You get that sudden light switch flip in your brain. You can almost feel that visceral 1-2 punch of disgust and repulsion. And its natural habitat is the very, very fragile world of modern dating. And all of this leaves us with one last kind of provocative question. Understanding the anatomy of the ick is one thing, but now that you can see it for what it is, this sudden, intense reaction, does that give you any power over it? Can you control it? Well, that's something to think about.